this is something that often happens in couple relationships. And it often happens that they build up a pattern of relating together that becomes almost solidified. It's not recognised at the very beginning, but becomes solidified into a real strong pattern of behaviour that becomes quite difficult to free yourselves of. And sometimes in counselling, in couple counselling, we call this the pursuer-distancer dynamic. And it feels as if one person is chasing something here, one person is pursuing to try and get something here, and the other person is distancing here. Now, there's pros and cons with both sides of the pursuer and the distancer. The pursuer can come across sometimes as needy, but sometimes they can come across as the person that is trying to create the intimacy in the relationship and the life in the relationship. The distancer could come across as somebody who is maybe cold and indifferent, but also can come across as the person that is independent and somewhat boundaried here as well. And I guess there's something here about two things. One, about trying to get a mixture of all of those things working really, really well. And the second thing is knowing what this is about. And often in the pursuer-distancer dynamic, what comes out here is it's about keeping what's called an intimacy gap in the relationship, which actually, ironically, suits both of you, or did suit both of you, but now that's changed. You want something more, but maybe you're not really sure how to go about it. And again, it's something here about coming out of hiding here a wee bit and really being able to say and claim and own what it is that both of you want. Because I'm guessing for you, Sinead, it can't be satisfying for you if you're wanting hugs and cuddles and all of that sort of stuff at night time when you're wanting Tom's attention. Tom, it can't be great for you if you're wanting a family life here but having to do all these emails, etc., etc. You're both doing without. The relationship, the marriage is doing without something here, which sounds really important. What do you think?
I do feel like we're doing without. And it's also I perhaps hadn't realised that Tom was doing so much work at night.
Tom sounds as if you've got a pretty strong work ethic.
I don't like letting people down, and also at the moment, let's face it, I'm on a knife edge here, aren't I? I've got
Say a bit more. You seem quite worried about something.
Oh God, man, the job.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tell me about the job.
Well, it's times are tough.
Mm-hmm.
You might get the sack.
Yeah. Which is horrible for everyone.
What's happening? The downsizing or the?
Just there's not much money in the pot, and every week it seems someone else is going, and I think I've done pretty well actually to get this far.
Sounds like you're really worried here.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's make or break really, and. Maybe this work ethic that you're talking about is what's kept me in the job this long. Maybe the fact that I am the guy who stays up till 2:30 sometimes, getting that email in, has kept the food on the table. Maybe. You talked earlier on in earlier sessions about Dad being a bit like that. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to make a big thing out of it, but. They got on with it, and I get on with it. I don't think that's.
Yes, but they got on with it, and your mum was really unhappy because she told me she was. Not all the time. I understand. I mean, I understand. I know it's really hard. I know he's under a lot of pressure at work. It's really difficult.
It's also common in situations like this, where if you don't feel as if you're getting your needs met, you might seek to get your needs met somewhere else. Who's the person that you might take this stuff to?
Oh, well, my mum. My mum. I mean, you know about my mum. And she, and that's where I go. And that's probably why I've spent so much time there, because...
So you feel as if you remember a few sessions ago I said, who needs the Saturdays most?
Yeah.
You or Mum.
Yeah.
And it was like, there was like that aha moment when you were concerned.
Yeah.
So there's something here about, for you, about not getting so much out of this relationship and having to get it back home from Mum. Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
Okay, guys, what's going to happen here?